The latest update on Cardano blockchain, which occurred on March 1st of this year, brought support for the long-awaited Keystone native tokens. Shortly after the release, we saw hundreds of tokens being launched quickly by the community. In this infoblog, we will explore how native tokens are represented on the blockchain and what all those terms mean. The term token is a short form for asset token. An asset is an object that represents value on the blockchain. On Cardano, an asset is represented by a unique identifier forming a kind of fingerprint composed of two pieces of information, the minting policy ID and the asset name. Minting is a term that refers to the process used to stamp physical coins with a mark on one or both sides. In the digital context, minting policy is a set of rules that defines who and under what circumstance can create new tokens, minting, or destroy existing tokens, burning. Minting policy therefore determines the monetary policy of a token. For example, the monetary policy of ADA is that new ADA will never be minted or burned. The minting policy ID is used to permanently associate the asset with a set of rules governing its creation or destruction, which prevents token issuers from either changing the policy after it is created or associating the token with a new policy. The asset name, on the other hand, is an immutable property to identify different assets within the same minting policy. The name is not associated with some rule or code and can be composed of common words such as the EBS coin that every block studio recently created. However, if we created another token under the same minting policy and name it EBS governance, they will be different assets and cannot be exchanged directly. Only tokens with identical policy ID and asset names are fungible with each other. That is, even though two assets with the same name may exist, they will belong to different minting policies and will not be fungible with each other. For example, if another group creates another EBS coin, they will have a different minting policy and therefore those will be distinct assets. The existence of different asset names under the same minting policy is a feature that can be used to create non-fungible tokens on Cardano, the so-called NFTs, but that is a subject for another infoblog. But what is the advantage of having tokens defined this way? On Cardano, Keystone tokens are native, which means that there is no need to use smart contracts to create all the transaction logic as it is done on the Ethereum network. So there is no need to create standards like ERC20 to define how an asset should be transacted, and any native token created by a third party is automatically supported by the official wallet and can be sent and received more easily. Native token transactions are controlled by the same rules embedded in ADA transactions, the primary token of the Cardano ecosystem, ensuring the same level of security for transactions while removing the complexity of token creation. This greatly decreased the potential for mistakes by token issuers and, importantly, reduced the transaction cost as there is no need to execute a smart contract just to send an asset from one wallet to another. That's it. See you next epoch. Bye.